Flosstube, welcome back. This is my Flosstube number 9 and this is about take 4. I've had things happen, technical difficulties, and then my husband came home for lunch, which he normally doesn't do. So I think now I'm ready to get started. Last week I had a short video. I think this week is going to be much longer, so just get comfortable and hopefully you're stitching on something and you don't mind me rambling on a little bit. So this week we had something really cool happen. A friend of mine, she is, I'm not sure what the word is, but she is certified to have like a butterfly garden to where people, she's like a certified stop where people, I'm sorry, I don't know the right terminology, but the town next to us has like a butterfly garden tour, and she has worked on her own yard to raise butterflies to become, you know, to promote that and to be a pollinator. So she gave us, because she knows we homeschool, she gave us 2 butterfly cocoons or chrysalises, and the day that she gave them to us, one of them was ready to, I think the word is molt. So the next day, that butterfly did come out of its cocoon. It was so cool. It's a monarch, or a monarch, yeah. That sounds so weird now to say it. Yeah, I don't know why that sounds so weird. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, I have this thing where I don't really want to say it's a speech impediment, but sometimes I have trouble pronouncing words. Like, I can say it in my head, but I have trouble pronouncing it. And I've just always been that way. So sometimes you just have to bear with me. It's just something I struggle with. It's not that I don't know words. I just get confused from my brain to my mouth. So anyway, it was beautiful. It was a really cool experience. We missed the exact moment that it broke out of its thin cocoon, but the second one that she gave us at the time, it was still had a thick cocoon around it, and it was green, and it's so cool. It looks like it has little teeny tiny gold, it looks like 24 karat gold. It's so cool. I'm going to insert some pictures here so you can see what it looked like. And that one has now turned transparent to where you can see the black and the orange of the monarch butterfly. And it's ready to molt probably any hour. So I actually brought it inside so that I can try to catch it on a video when it does, because it was just amazing. So that was really cool. Just something neat to share. And I shared that on my social media. Today's a beautiful day in South Carolina. My son and I went to Chick-fil-A this morning. It's it's in the next town over, so we don't go all the time, but it's a treat for him. He loves their biscuits for breakfast. So we went to Chick-fil-A drive-through and had their breakfast. So it's about lunchtime now. I have a new tripod set up with a Ring camera, so I hope that you can see everything well, and also that the glare isn't too bad. I can see now that there is glare in my glasses, so I do apologize if that gets on your nerves. There's really nothing I can do about that because I'm in front of a window and I do wear glasses, and the coating on my glasses, unless I'm wearing my contacts, there is going to be a reflection. So I do apologize if that bothers you. So I did get a little bit of sewing done this week. Most of my quilting projects are on hold because of my battle with my migraines. So that's frustrating because I have a lot of quilting projects that are just piling up. But one day I was feeling good and I wanted to make project bags. So I got everything cut for 4 and I completed 1. And that is this one. And you can see my binding's a little wonky. For these, I did the style where you add the binding separately, like a quilt. And it's hard to get that on such a small project. It's hard to get that even and not wonky. So after I make this batch of 4, oh, and by the way, that's little pineapples. And I just did some random quilting lines on it. So just a regular zipper. I don't have any cute zipper pulls, but I like it. It's happy, it's cheerful. So I have 3 more. They're back here. You might see them in the reflection. I have 3 more that are cut and almost ready to be finished. They're in the very final stages. So when I just, you know, when I feel like sitting down and finishing those, I'll have 3 more project bags for my projects. So I have 1 finished object. I'm very excited. This is Haunted. Let me get it right, because I call it Trick or Treat Smell My Feet, but that's not what it's called. It's called Haunted Hill Road by Little Stitch Girl. And if you watch Fat Quarter Shop Flosstube, she did have a trunk show of Little Stitch Girl projects, and this was one of them. So I finished it, and I used mat board, and my corners are not super sharp because basically I did it, I had it stuck to the back, and then my houses were going this way. They were leaning houses, like the wind was blowing like the ghost in that direction. So I unstuck it all and redid it. So in that process I kind of messed my corners up, but I don't care, it's fine. And then the back of it is some purple grunge fabric. So it's not fully finished because my original idea to fully finish this was, oh, and let me zoom so you can, or get closer. So I love the moon with the variegated floss. That's Classic Colorworks. I think it's Shabby Sheep. You have the spider web with the little spider, the skeleton. I had to change the color. Sorry, I'm having trouble seeing what I'm showing you. I had to change the color of the pumpkins in the middle because the floss was the same color as the house and the die lot I had. They have a little witch with her broom and her red hair. And then you have the cats on the house and the cat on the tombstone and the bats. And then you have the little ghost. It says boo. So it's really cute. It says Trick or Treat Smell My Feet. I really enjoyed this. I really focused on this to get it done. So I let a lot of other stitching go to the wayside because I wanted to display this for Halloween. So I bought something to attach this to, and actually I wanted to put it on my table. I bought this box. It has chalkboard sides, and I wanted to attach this to one of the sides and set it on my kitchen table and put some homeschool books in it because we have a rotation of books that we use really often. But as you can see, it's bigger than the side of the box. I did not measure it. I just eyeballed it when I was at Michael's. They did have one bigger than this, but I don't want to go back and exchange it because this is the size that I need. The bigger box would be too big for what I need it for. So I'm still going to use this. If I have smaller rectangular finishes for the seasons, I may still use magnets and washers to switch them out right here. If not, I'll just use this for books, which is what I bought it for. So I was disappointed about that because I don't know what to do with it now. I bought something else. I'll show you later in my haul that I could possibly work this into. If not, I'm just going to set it on this shelf back here and display it with our homeschool books so that it's where we can see it and enjoy it for the month of October. But I really like it. It's cute and it's happy. Okay, so that is my finish for the week. Oh, and let me show you the chart. It's seen better days. This is what the chart looks like. Haunted Hill Road. I purchased this from her Little Stitch Girls Etsy shop. It's a PDF that I printed. Okay, my whips. I put a few stitches in Clovis and Stanley by Stitching with the Housewives. Just a few, because I spent a ton of time and picking out all the stalks I had up here. They were all wrong. So basically all I did was I unpicked that and I did a little bit of the corn. And you know, we're just not getting along right now. He's not my friend right now, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. He's kind of in timeout. My son's over here looking like, what is she talking about? Okay, so my next whip was the Blue Flower Halloween Parade. The strange things are seen on Halloween. Because I was working on my little Stitch Girl, I didn't get a ton done with this, but I did take a break and get it started. And I got the moon. And I got started on the bird. And this is really fun. I'm using all the called for colors, and the colors are beautiful. I wish I had gotten the floss together to show you. The picture just doesn't do it justice. It's all DMC, and I bobbinated the floss, and every color I picked up to bobbinate, I just loved it more and more. So I'm going to work on this through the month of October. I'm not going to push myself to get it done for Halloween or anything. I'm just going to work on it and just enjoy it through the season, and then put it away in my whips, and just we'll see what happens. No rush. My last whip for this week is I started Hello Dear Stitch Along. It's a mystery stitch along, and this is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and this is what I've gotten done. Now this is a robin, and I did change the color so it doesn't look like a typical robin, because I will have to insert a picture here, because on this week's PDF printout for the pattern, they don't have a printout of the pattern that's not a chart. So I'm just going to have to insert the picture. But this is the color key, which I'm going to assume it's okay to show you this, because all the advertisements show the kit with this color key. But I was not crazy about those colors. I wanted something a little different. So what I did is I had been working on Snow Village using, this is by Country Cottage Needleworks, using the thread pack from Fat Quarter Shop that was Kimberly's thread choices, and I loved the reds and the greens in this. So what I did is I changed the reds and greens to the colors in that thread pack, then and some of the browns. Then I just went through my threads and I just chose different colors that I liked with that. So, and then I just kind of scribbled in there my different choices. So the cream is Tea and Biscuits by Classic Colorworks, and if you look at the color, it's like an orangey peach. I don't know, so I did not like that, so I wanted the cream. It's not even showing up as orangish as it is on here. So I'm making color changes. I hope it turns out alright, because I still have a lot of the greenery to do around here. And I changed some of the blues to more teals. So we'll see. It may turn out horrible. But I'd rather risk it than do it in colors that I don't like. So we'll see. And also it just colors that go with my house. So those are my whips. I have a lot of haul, but before I get to that, I was looking for some fabric this week, and I came across a bag in the very bottom of my fabric bin, and it had some cross stitch stuff in it from a project that I had worked on a few years ago. And I really have been doing cross stitch a lot since I think it was February or March of this year. Before that, I've only done a couple projects over the past 5 or 6 years. So, you know, I just basically saw a project I liked, bought some floss, did it, and shoved it away. So this is what I found. I found this bag, which is like one of those huge Ziploc bags from the Dollar Tree. So this is like the biggest project bag ever. And inside is a wad of DMC. Or it's not even, all of it's not even DMC. This is DMC that's still in the skein. So I need to add this to my stash because I can actually know what color it is. Some of it's still in the skein. And then I have, which I can't show you the front because this is the charts wadded up. Basically, if you know what the Pixel People are, this is like the Pixel People. This was from the movie The Breakfast Club. And I had stitched it, and now looking back, I did a horrible job of stitching it too. I don't even think I ironed it, and then I gave it to my friend in this really ugly frame. I need to redo that for her and give it to her again. And some of the thread is Sullivan's, which my stores don't sell Sullivan's, but I think where I bought this was, we used to have a Hancock Fabric here, and they went out of business, and that's the only thing I can think of. I must have bought this at Hancock Fabric for these projects. I have the Ada and a huge needle that has to be like a 22 that I had used on this project. And I have this DIY color card that I had taken cardstock and a hole puncher and made my own little thread thing that only has 3 colors on it. So, you know, I was trying to be organized. So, anyway, I'm a little more organized now. This is a hot mess. Ooh, chart. And I also have something I want to call my true confession. True confessions. My son's listening again. He's hoping for something juicy on Mommy, but it's nothing juicy. Okay, so in May with Stitch Mania, which I didn't really understand what Stitch Mania was at the time, I signed up for the Fat Quarter Shop Mystery Stitch Along for Feels Like Home. They had shown the preview of the little bird, which was in turquoise or teals, and I love the bird. I love teals, and I was still stitching in a hoop at the time. So I started it, and I got this far. It's still in the hoop. I'm going to take it out. It's been sitting in the hoop the whole time. I've been stitching in hand for a few months, so obviously I haven't touched this. So I did my bird. Love the bird. I got to this house, and I was like, okay, I love grays. I love teals and grays, but to me, the house was so dark. And now I used the fabric flare, what's it called? White washboard fabric flare, which I did love. I love that. I got the Feels Like Home, and I had started on the fence, and I just gave up. It took me forever to stitch this house. Forever. And I was so downhearted. My stitches look pretty good. They're not bad. But I just got so sick of this thing, I never picked it up again. And now I've used this floss for another project. I'd have to order more floss to even finish it. But I don't know, it's just sitting there. So do you have projects like this that you just get through and you're just like, oh, I just can't look at that one more minute? I mean, what do you do with it? Do you keep it and hope that you fall fall in love with it again and finish it. I mean, I spent all that money on the Classic Colorworks. I spent money on the fabric flare. So I spent money on the pattern. You know, I hate to not finish it. But I just don't love it anymore. And the house is so dark. And that cute little teal bird. And then it's like, let me give you my gothic house. Oh, I'm so gothic. But it feels like home. My gothic house feels like home. So, I don't know. I don't know. Now, if I bought this pattern, I would just change the color. I would do it in a different, but at that time, I wasn't brave enough to change colors. So, you know, that's my true confession. So you tell me in the comments what you would do in that situation. Okay, so I received some Stitchy Kindness this week. It was so sweet. This is from Rebecca. She sent this really cute card. So sweet. She sent this, and it says Halloween Biscornu. It's a Barbara Anna design. And I think it's really, really cute. I don't know if I would make the Biscornu because I've never made one of those, but I like it just for a little tiny ornament. I think it's really cute. Little witches. And I'm sure I have, I haven't checked the DMC, but I have, you know, I have versions of these colors in my stash, so I want to stitch this month. It's really sweet. It looks like it wouldn't take very long. So that, and she sent 2 magazines, just cross stitch from June 2019, and I was looking through this and I found this pattern. I showed it to my husband, and it's a banner. It says Welcome Friends banner, and it says welcome to our happy, crazy, fun-loving home. And I showed this to my husband and he liked it too. And what I thought about was stitching this part and doing like the autism fabric right here and hanging it on her, maybe on her front door or something. So since we're an autism family, so I really like that. And the other issue that she sent is, oh, let me cover this up because this has her address on it. Okay, the 2019 just cross stitch Christmas ornaments, and okay, there are so many cute ornaments in here. So thank you, Rebecca. That was so thoughtful of you. Just thank you so much. This is so kind and caring and thoughtful. I have a lot of haul. Last video I talked about the post office and how I was waiting on some deliveries, and the following Monday I did get some deliveries, so my thread came in. 2 of my colors were basic. One was black coffee and the other one was blackbird, so those were basic colors. But one color I ordered that was not for a project but just for my stash was hydrangea. I loved this color. I love hydrangeas, first of all. Let's see. It's not showing up. I think y'all know what hydrangea looks like. It's blues and purples. It's gorgeous. This will be perfect for spring and Easter. Perfect. I also received I just joined the Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month Club, and this was another one that got stuck in the mail, and this is called Not Another Sampler. I chose the 27 count even weave, and I hope you can see how beautiful that is. I know it's so hard to tell in this lighting. I'm not very good at describing these. It's just a beautiful silvery grayish tone, and it would work for a lot of different projects. So I'm very happy to add this to my stash. It's perfect for someone like me who's just getting started out that needs a lot of neutrals, because it's neutral, but it's like special, if that makes sense. It's not just, you know, brown, silver, gray. It's really beautiful. I wish I could describe the color better. But you may have seen this on other channels that have done a better job of describing this, because I have seen it on other floss tubes. So that's great. Okay. I received this needle minder. I ordered this from eBay. Pebbles and Bam Bam. I'm a child of the 80s. So I had ordered this one from the same seller like a month ago, a Care Bear. So this was my recent one. I have another needle minder that is coming today that I ordered from Etsy. I picked up this snowflake, wooden snowflake from the Dollar Tree to maybe put like an ornament or a small Christmas finish on. But I mean, for $1, that's a cheap way to finish something. Okay, so I picked this up at Walmart, and I was hoping once my Trick or Treat Smell My Feet did not fit on my box, I thought, well, I've seen Priscilla do this, but I'm just being honest, the odds of me getting holes drilled and this thing attached to this in a timely manner are like 0. So in theory, this would be really cute. It's probably not going to happen. You know, that's what I would like to do. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. I would have to get the drill out, find the right drill bit, get some kind of wire, figure out how to attach it to this, and hang it up. If I can get all that done, then I think this would work. We'll see. Okay, I got a couple Etsy purchases. This one is I Solemnly Swear That I'm Up to No Good. This is from the from Harry Potter. The reason I got this chart is because my son and I have started the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is the illustrated version, which is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. We're on chapter 3. Look at that. Dudley. So this is a lot of fun. I hope that we can get through this so we can watch the first Harry Potter movie for Halloween. So I'm going to stitch this, and it's going to hang above his computer desk. Another one I got from Etsy is for my husband. I picked out a bunch of projects that were things that he liked. He collects comic books, and he likes 80s toys and 80s movies and things like that. As you can see, we both like things from the 80s. So he picked, this is his favorite, which this is the one I wanted to stitch, so it worked out. This is Ghostbusters pattern. And it is from Country Magic Stitch. It says countryMagicStitch.com. I ordered it from Etsy. It says Welcome to New York City, and it has the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So that, and it has Slimer in it down there in the firehouse. This is a lot of stitching. So I told him, you know, this is going to take me a while. This isn't something I'm going to just whip out like that. So this is something I can see myself working on, like a little bit here, a little bit there. I said maybe like over the course of a year. I don't know. Because, you know, that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that's a lot of white and gray. And, I mean, that's full coverage. So, that's I'm in no rush. No rush at all. Okay, so this is kind of a funny one. I was watching an old episode of Just Keep Stitching with Pam and Steph, and they showed this chart, and this is so random. They showed this chart, and I was like, I have to get that chart. Okay, so it is Fancy That, Feeding the Birds. And you might think, Crystal, based on the other things you're stitching, what is it that drew you to that chart? That doesn't look like the other things you've shown us. Well, some of my favorite Christmas movies are the Home Alone movies, the first two. And when I saw this, I immediately thought of Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, where Kevin is in New York and he meets the lady who's feeding the birds in the park. And I really believe I believe the designer based this on that lady because, first of all, she looks just like her. And the little snowman has the hat, just like Kevin's hat. So, I absolutely fell in love. Now, I don't know if I would put Feeding the Birds because, I don't know. But I just adore this. And, it's from 1999, and the movie came out before that, I believe. So, it's very likely that they were inspired by that movie. Or it could just be a coincidence. Either way, I love it. And that's why I want to stitch it. Oh my goodness, this is an actual photograph. Like, an actual photograph printed, like a Walmart, taped to that. I have never seen that before. That's crazy. Wow. It's a picture taped to the paper. Huh. Okay, so I was looking at the chart, and here's my conundrum. There are a lot of colors, okay? It's charted, it has two, it's 69 by 112. But it's charted in Week Style Works and Sampler Threads. And there's about, I want to say about 18 different colors for this small chart. Now, well, it's not that small. But I'm not going to go buy 18 colors of Week Style Works. So I'm going to have to convert this the best I can. Even though this is a real photo, it's really hard to see. Her skirt has a lot of detail that you just, it's just hard to see. I'm going to have to scour Instagram and see if someone has stitched this and taken a photo where I can actually see something to compare it to so that I can choose some colors. Because it is hard to see. Now some of them are easy, like navy, whitewash, onyx, cocoa. Those will be easy to finish. But I love that chart. I love it. It feels so special. It looks like Kevin's hat is a real hat. It must be a button. I'll have to, there is an embellishment pack, so I'll have to search that. Anyway. Do you love the Home Alone movies? Alright, so this is another purchase because of watching Just Keep Stitching. I have been binge watching past episodes, and Pam had talked about Bent Creek mantles. So I looked up the Bent Creek mantles, and I love every single Bent Creek mantle. They are beautiful. So I looked them up on eBay because they're really expensive. And I found one part of one mantle on eBay. and it is the Autumn Mantle Part 3. So this didn't come with the fabric, but it did come, I have to take out the chart so you can see. It did come with the floss, which is pearl cotton, DMC pearl cotton. So I have to accumulate kit 1 and kit 2 to be able to do this. But all of these mantles are so beautiful. I love them all. There's not one I didn't like. So, of course, I love all the Bent Creek patterns. They're all gorgeous. But, so the Autumn Mantle. That was my eBay purchase. I think that is all. Oh, that's not all. Okay. So if you watch Stitching with the Housewives, they have given little sneak peeks of some upcoming Christmas ornaments in aqua fabric. So I got some 16 count Aida and some aquamarine Rit dye. So I'm going to dye this in anticipation of those ornaments. I would say I'm probably going to want to stitch the ornaments, so I'm just going to go ahead and dye this. If for some reason I don't stitch them, you know, I'm just going to have some aquamarine fabric, and I can always copy dye it too. So I'm excited about this. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby. And I think that is all that's on my list for haul. That was a big haul, because that was, I didn't just buy all that this week. It's just that that was accumulation of things getting stuck in the mail, and then me not having a video for, you know, a little bit. So, giveaway winner. Those of you who entered the giveaway, Tanya Romero, you are the winner. So, email me at crossstitchrevival@gmail.com or message me on Instagram at Crystal Rowe, your address, and I will get that mailed out to you for the, well, it's not a giveaway, I'm sorry, Stitchy Kindness, because I stitched the pattern. It's not a new pattern, I did stitch it. So, the winner of the Stitchy Kindness, forgive me, I misspoke. So, Tanya, thank you for entering. Thank you, everyone, for your comments and for your support. I really appreciate it. This week, I am going to continue with my fall stitching. I'm going to pick back up my Autumn Avenue by Little Stitch Girl. It says, hello, hey there, pumpkin. This is as far as I've gotten, so I want to keep working on that. And I'm a little sick of fall, so I think I'm going to dig in my whips and work on something Christmassy to just try something new. So hopefully next video I'll have my project bags done, and I think that's it. I'm looking at my list. Parker, would you like to pop in and say hi? Hello. Hello. I think you might have to come around this way. Hello. 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 Oh, I forgot. I did buy a huge piece of mat board from Hobby Lobby. This was on my haul too, but I forgot to show you. This is what I finished my... This is big. See how big it is? This is regular price $11.99, and then you can use your 40% off coupon. It is black on one side, white on the other. So if you have chalkboard fabric, you can use the black.
Are you done?
I'm almost done. If you have chalkboard fabric, you can use the black. And if you have other fabrics, so you don't want to use black, you could use the white side. So I thought that was a really good deal. And I also used that stitching tape, or double-sided stitchery tape, and it worked like a charm. It worked just like sticky board. It was repositionable, and I definitely recommend that if you're looking for an alternative to sticky board. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys. Bye.